Hey guys, welcome back. So we just watched episode 9 of WandaVision, the season finale. We are here to talk all about it and what may be coming next for the MCU. I am of course joined by my dapper co-hosts, Jordan Green and Jake Priest.
Hi.
Hello.
So this is it for WandaVision. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot happened this episode. So let's get into it, huh?
Hey guys, remember, spoiler alert is in effect. So the episode starts off with a big climactic battle between Wanda and Agatha. And there was a very cool little Wizard of Oz reference sneaked in there. At one point, a car gets thrown on Agatha's character, and you just see nothing but her shoes or boots, I guess they were. Which I thought was a really cool Wizard of Oz little...
And a couple of weeks ago as well, Jordan actually pointed out that there was a bunch of Wizard of Oz stuff going on. So credit to Jordan for noticing that a couple of weeks in advance.
Thanks. And yeah, speaking of really obvious, there was a few more Wizard of Oz references. We had Oz the Great and Powerful being shown in the cinema in WestView.
Yeah, which is a Sam Raimi movie who's directing Doctor Strange 2 as well.
Silver Vision is kind of like the Tin Man in that he has no heart. And you could also argue no brain as well.
Yeah, Anno's memories are locked away as well, which we'll get to a little bit later as well.
And in this episode, we get to see Wanda's superhero / Scarlet Witch suit. And it's a very good looking costume as well. It's
very cool.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool.
Because it seems as though Wanda can actually put on her Scarlet Witch outfit whenever she wants using magic, or it might just be that she's always kind of wearing it, because in the end credit scene, in one of them anyway, the final one, it looks like she is in an astral form, like how Doctor Strange is, reading up on magic, I presume.
Yeah, she's reading the Darkhold, which we get confirmed that Dark book from a couple episodes ago was the Darkhold. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just a completely not canon now. They're doing everything they can to decanonize this amazing show.
Craig, what's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I've never heard of it.
It's so sad to be an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, man. So we finally get to find out who this fake Pietro is, and it's just some guy called Ralph Boner.
I mean, that explains who Ralph is when Agatha, when she was being Agnes, just kept going oh, Ralph said this, Ralph said that, and who her husband is, I suppose. But
yeah, I know we theorized that it would be Mephisto or some other, we thought it was going to be the real big bad, which it was just Agatha. It was Agatha all along.
It is interesting to note he was under control by his hippie beads.
I'm still hoping that Ralph Boner was the guy the FBI were looking for when Wu first came to the Hex, but I just want to see more Evan Peters in the MCU. He's great. And
it would be a shame this is his only role and then he just disappears again. And so of course now we have two Visions on the run as well, Silver Vision and Hex Vision, and they ultimately collide. But Hex Vision manages to even talk to Silver Vision and calm him down. And so Hex Vision unlocks Silver Vision's memories, and now we basically have Vision back, kind of.
Kind of. We don't really get to see Vision at all because he kind of just fucks off halfway through. But
I'll leave other Vision to deal with that.
Interesting to note there as well, though. I know he's unlocked Silver Vision's memories, but let's not forget Hayward was tracking presumably both Visions. I'm sure we saw the computer screen doing that at one point. So even though his memories have been unlocked, Sword still have a tracker on Vision.
I mean, to be fair, the tracker is, they track the vibranium within Vision, so strictly speaking, anyone could kind of do that.
If Vision has his memories back, this white Silver Vision now, and he flies off, surely he would go to Wakanda, right? He knows the people there. He knows they have the tech to help him. So maybe we'll see him popping up in Black Panther 2. We still know very little about that movie, or maybe a post-credits. I'm just thinking if he's going to go somewhere where he wants to be safe and discover more and maybe permanently unlock his memories or whatever, it would make sense for him to go there, especially since Tony's dead.
Also, I suppose it makes sense that Vision would go to Wakanda because obviously they're huge manufacturer of vibranium if Vision needs repairs or something, and obviously a huge tech place, so they could help him, as you were saying, Craig.
Yeah, well, we do see Hex Vision dies. Wanda collapses the Hex at the end of the episode, and Hexavision goes with it. It was a really touching scene. I was genuinely like emotional because of it.
Yeah, well, we don't actually get to see the kids disappear. I don't know if Marvel thought that might have been a bit too much.
Well, that's a good point. We never see them disappear on screen, and we hear their voices at the end of the episode.
So, in the comics, chaos magic, as we talked about last week, comes from, I'm gonna butcher his name again, Kafon, the like elder god. And at one point during the big battle, Agnes says to Scarlet Witch that she doesn't know what she's unleashed when she first becomes the Scarlet Witch. And in the comics, it makes the more that the chaos magic is used, Kafon gets closer to being released from this prison that he's in. So it makes sense that when she did that, when she became the Scarlet Witch, Kafon was released. Because in the comics, Mephisto like orchestrated all the House of M stuff to have the Wiccan and Speed be born. And it would make sense if they're not going to do Mephisto in the MCU, that they might do that storyline with Kafon and have him have been in charge of all of this. So we saw the kids like disappearing when Wanda tried to close the hex originally, but that was before she became the Scarlet Witch. So maybe she became the Scarlet Witch, she closed the hex again, but by that point Kafon was unleashed and he was able to take the kids like Mephisto does in the comics. So they'd still fill that role narratively, but with a different, incredibly evil character. And we'll definitely see that followed up in Multiverse of Madness, whichever way they're going with that story.
Wanda, when she's saying her kind of final goodbyes to the kids, she even says, like, thank you for choosing me to be your mother. Monica Rambeau's character had a meeting with Squall, and I assume that was just like Nick Fury's basically calling on her to like go to space and meet with him type thing. Yeah,
it was like he said, an old friend of her mother. So I think it makes sense to be either Talos or Fury, but regardless, they both work for S.W.O.R.D. The space S.W.O.R.D.
And speaking of S.W.O.R.D., Hayward. He finally gets his comeuppance. I'm so happy.
Him getting arrested, I think, is a good ground where they can use him later, but also he doesn't die.
Darcy has a moment of glory. He gets in the truck. He's going to go ram into Monica and the kids. She just smashes him down. Oh, it's so perfect.
So, guys, I think that's about all we have to say about this episode. It's been a great show. We've got a WandaVision epilogue video dropping tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. We're going to talk about the series as a whole, our predictions that we wrote down at the beginning of the series. And, yeah, thank you guys for following us along. Make sure to check out that video, and we'll be seeing you again with our Falcon and Winter Soldier show as well. So yeah, make sure to let us know what you thought of WandaVision, this video, and everything related to it down in the comments below. Thank you guys, and we'll see you later.